This morning, relief. Thousands of federal workers across the country back to work following the longest shutdown in American history. But the major question is, for how long in the end?
That's right. Just moments ago, CNN obtained a statement from the FAA continuing its pledge for safety. Let me read you part of it. Over the coming days and weeks, the agency will assess immediate post-shutdown needs, prioritize those needs, and deploy the appropriate resources to address them. With us now to discuss, once again, Trish Gilbert, Executive Vice President of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association. Thank you for joining us once again. And let me just begin on the safety issue, okay? Because you told us last week, Friday morning, you were concerned air traffic controllers at this point, given all the sick outs, et cetera, weren't fit for duty. The system was too strained, that it was dangerous. Is flying now as safe as it was pre-shutdown?
Well, we have a lot of work to do to put the pieces all back together. We have to identify, what contractors were let go, as the agency indicated in their statement, prioritize getting back to normal. Hiring needs to start again. Training needs to start again. Our processes, our safety processes need to get fully deployed again. All of that needs to occur. What we can't have is this stop and start kind of scenario. We cannot live with another government shutdown in just a couple of weeks.
So let me ask you how you felt after the relief on Friday to talk over the weekend. The president saying, listen, another shutdown's on the table. I wonder how worried you are that you face this crisis again in a couple of weeks' time.
Well, I mean, this is a situation. We weren't crying wolf. We were saying, uncle, enough is enough. We cannot have that again. But once we did open the government on Friday, you could feel the collective breathing of the workforce, because now they can at least, even though they haven't been paid yet, they at least know that they're going to be paid at some point in time. But what's scaring them now and still distracting them is there going to be another shutdown in just a short time? And we can't have them distracted and distressed like that.
On that point, I mean, you speak to them, right? You represent so many of them in the union. What do they say? Do they share the president's concern? I think he said to the Wall Street Journal, less than 50-50 chance there's a deal here that he would agree to. Do they think there's going to be another shutdown in 3 weeks?
They're preparing for it. They're preparing for it. And unfortunately, we are a 30-year low of air traffic controllers in our system, with 20% of them eligible to retire, 40% in the New York area alone. I think you will see them go ahead and retire if it looks like we're going to go into another shutdown on February 15th.
That's concerning.
And you saw what,
Please go ahead, finish.
And you saw what happened on Friday with that was a handful of controllers absent in one of our facilities in Leesburg, Virginia. That wasn't a lot of absences. So you talk 40% New York and 20% nationwide that just won't stay around for this game again, being pawns. They won't. They'll leave.
Yeah, I mean, folks want stability in their jobs. I imagine it was
They deserve it, right?
It was during our air on Friday as that was happening. That seemed to be the thing that ended the shutdown when those airports started to close. I want to ask you this because a lot of the concern during the weeks of the shutdown had been folks just can't pay their bills. But I understand that the back pay doesn't come immediately. So how quickly are your members getting the relief they need to pay the mortgage, to pay, just to have money to go to the grocery? How quickly does that come back?
Well, we expect some infusion of funds to the workforce for the work that they've done, and certainly those that have been sent home and left at home when they wanted to come to work. That is coming, but at least now they know that it's not going to be months and years. They don't have to sell things, their homes. They can actually make plans to send their children to college. They can maybe plan that trip that they've since canceled, possibly because of the shutdown. It's just that uncertainty of when and how long can you survive with nothing coming in, with no revenue. So that relief is there. So, they are able to focus, but this uncertainty just a couple of weeks ahead of us is not good for the workforce. They need to focus on the job that they do. They need to be perfect 100% of the time to make sure the system is safe.
Yeah, that's sounds like a short bit of relief, not the long-term relief they're looking for.
Right.
Well, Trish, it's good to have you go on. Let's keep up the conversation because I know this is something we're going to have to continue to monitor, unfortunately.
Thank you.
Thanks.